Today we're walking you through our full experience installing and using the TURBRO Beluga B33V pool heat pump. When we were researching heaters, we couldn't find a lot of real-world cold weather testing, so we wanted this video to be helpful for anyone trying to extend their season, especially in places with unpredictable weather like New England. The brand sent us this to try, and we loved it so much that we had to share it with you. Let's rewind to the day the heater first arrived, about 3 weeks ago. It came well packed with reinforced corners, dense foam, and it showed up without a single mark on it, which is pretty impressive considering the size and weight. That gave us a good feeling right out of the gate. Before installing it, we decided exactly where it was going to go. Because we live in New England and deal with snow, freezing rain, and meltwater, we didn't want the heater sitting directly on the ground. The first step was pouring a simple concrete pad behind our pool pump. It doesn't have to be fancy, just level, sturdy, and large enough for the unit. Once it cured, we set the heater on top and started prepping the rest of the setup. On the electrical side, the B33V requires a dedicated 20-amp duplex outlet. Our existing outlet wasn't rated for that, so we swapped it out. Once it was done, wiring and power were ready to go. Plumbing was honestly much easier than we expected. The heater uses a standard 1.5-inch Schedule 40 PVC, which most pool systems already use. We connected the inlet from the output of the pool filter straight onto the heater, and then the outlet from the heater fed right into our return line. We dry fit all the PVC first, making sure everything was aligned, and then glued it permanently in place. Once everything was hooked up, we powered the heater on for the first time. The control panel is very intuitive, and the Wi-Fi app connected instantly. Being able to check the water temperature and operating status from our phones has been incredibly convenient, especially on cold days when we don't want to walk outside just to see what the heater is doing. Now let's talk about what everyone actually wants to know. Performance. When we started this test, our water temperature was 41 degrees Fahrenheit, and the outside temperature was around 52 degrees. Nobody was swimming in that. But over the next 2 weeks, we ran the pump for about 3 to 4 hours a day, and we kept a solar blanket on top of the pool to help retain the heat. Slowly but steadily, we watched the temperature climb, and we were even surprised by how much of a difference this heater made during cold weather. As of today, November 12th, the day we're filming the rest of this video, the outside temperature is about 41 degrees with a feels-like temperature of about 36 degrees Fahrenheit. And yes, we are swimming. In November, in New England, 41 degrees. This is where the footage that you're about to see comes in. For the last several minutes of this video, we want to show you exactly what the heater has allowed us to do. Because there's something surreal about watching steam rise off your pool while you're actually in the water and the trees around you are turning colors and bare. The pool temperature is sitting around 70 degrees, even though the air is in the low 40s, and the heater hasn't struggled once. It hasn't thrown any error codes, it hasn't short-cycled, it hasn't had any trouble maintaining a comfortable temperature. As we're swimming, you can also see the steam coming off the water, which really shows how much warmer the pool is than the air. And that's exactly why people buy heat pumps, to actually use their pools, not just look at it. A few features that we really love while you watch this footage of our pool. The low water flow alert automatically shuts the heater off if flow drops too low. That prevents internal damages and adds a huge peace of mind. The freeze protection mode is perfect for colder climates. It can protect itself from freezing conditions without you needing to babysit it. The Wi-Fi app lets us monitor the pool temperature from inside, which is especially nice when it's 40 degrees outside. And it runs surprisingly quiet. While this footage is rolling, you're probably noticing you don't hear it over us talking or splashing around. We also want to emphasize just how rare it is for us to be swimming in November. Normally by this time of year, the pool has long been covered, winterized, and is completely unusable. The ability to comfortably swim this late with air temperatures in the 40s is honestly incredible. This heater has completely changed the way we use our pool. It also opens the door for early spring swimming, which we were never able to do before. Instead of waiting until June or July for the water to feel tolerable, we can now plan to open it in April or even late March. That alone makes this heater worth it to us. While you're watching
November
us
12th,
swim, we want to
in
talk
New
quickly
England.
about pool size compatibility because that's important for performance. The B33V is ideal for pools up to 10,000 gallons. For larger pools up to 18,000 gallons, TURBRO makes the B58V. If you're running anything much bigger, you may want to look at a commercial grade option. One thing we want to mention is that we would not recommend installing this heater on an inflatable pool.
You guys
They
want the
don't
hoop?
have enough water pressure or a flow rate going through the heat pump to run it like it needs to. Now, coming back to the footage, if you look closely, you'll see how relaxed we are swimming around,
broke it.
even with cold air hitting our faces every time we come up. That's something we've never genuinely ever experienced before. Our kids are laughing, everyone's playing, and if you pan over to the yard, it looks like it's late fall, and that's because it is. It's such a wild contrast, and that's why we're showing this part of the video with no fancy editing. Just real, honest proof of what this heater can do for you and your pool. So, now that you've seen the full install, the results, and the real world cold weather test, here's our honest verdict after 3 weeks. We absolutely recommend this heat pump. The installation was completely DIY friendly, and the controls are simple and reliable. The app works flawlessly, the safety features are genuinely valuable, and as you can literally see here, it delivers. We're already excited to reopen our pool early next spring instead of waiting for midsummer. And we honestly never thought that we would be filming a video of us swimming in November in 41-degree weather, but here we are.